All right, we're in between things. Dragon Shadow, you wanted to know how to play the game, right? We are in between openings, so I can do a brief summary on how to do things. Nope, not into the stream. What I do in these streams is I split them up after every opening, so I can make a different YouTube video. That way, we have a lot of content to throw onto the YouTubes. Because I don't make a ton from YouTube, but I do make enough from YouTube that I want to keep it going. It is one of the revenues. Fake is flexing today. Dude, how many have you given? Holy crap, hold on. You've given 4 plus your own tier 2? Dude. Fake person, what are you doing? I mean, to be fair, it's a drop in the bucket from what Fake person's actually given to us before, because you are just amazing and absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much. It reminds me of like back in the day when we used to have the funny joke of like when people came into the streams like, oh, they're not subbed, you know, and like, you know, people would just give them a sub. It was funny. But I stopped doing that because of how kind of predatory that was. It was a joke to me, but people actually went in on the joke, you know what I mean? So I didn't like the fact that people did that. You've given 366 subs Fake person has given to this channel. That is insane. That is actually insane. That is absolutely insane. You're the reason I don't have stream goals on the thing right now. You're the reason. I'll get them back up after Christmas, but now right now you guys need to hold on to your bills until Christmas is over, you know? Oh man. It isn't specifically you, obviously, Fake person, but I like being jokey. So, basically, what we do here in Digimon, you have your Digitama. There need to be at least 4. You can have 5. They need to go over here in your Digitama zone. They are in your raising area. They're doing really good. At the start of every game, you take the top 5 cards of your deck and you throw them over here into your security pile. These are basically shields. These are what your opponent has to get through in order to damage you, in order to win the game. They have to get through all of these, and then they have to hit you one time. And you're gifting another sub. 367. Holy jeez. And another one. Oh, man. 368. Fake person. What are you even doing right now? And then, at the start of the game, you also draw 5. At which point, the game will begin. You choose either you or your opponent to go, and then you put your memory thing right here. Your thing to decide who's there. The memory is at 0. Let's say I start the game. Whenever I start, I do not draw. So there's no drawing. Everything's good. I'm fine. These are my cards. I don't have the greatest starting hand. I will admit. But I do have something I can do, so that's really good. What you want to do in the beginning... Skull Collector just subscribed! Big person. What you do in the beginning is you take the top card of your Digi-Eggs, you flip it over. It's Digimon. Now that he's in the raising area, once per turn, you can either hatch a Digi-Egg or move a Digi-Egg or move a monster from the raising area into the battle area. So, Gigimon's there. I'm like, well, there's not a lot I can do with Gigimon right now. So I'm going to Digivolve Gigimon into Agumon. When you Digivolve, you draw a card. So I got Biomon. That didn't cost any memory because I Digivolved it. You see there's 2 numbers here. There's the cost up here, and then there's the Digivolution cost. You want to try to have as little as possible. So right there, that was a 0. I was able to Digivolve without a cost. So now I have Agumon over here. But it's still my turn because it's still at 0. It's still my turn. Until it goes below 0, it is still your turn. So you're like, okay, what else do I have to play then? I just Digivolved, I drew my Beomon. I might as well play Beomon, because if I end the turn right now without playing anything, my opponent automatically gets 3. So if I play Beomon, they go to 4, but they were going to get 3 anyway. So I might as well play the Beomon. It goes to their turn. They do whatever they do. They do the same thing I do, let's say, yada yada yada. And then I finally go. I draw 1 card for my turn. That card is Dark Tyrannomon, which is great, because now I can move Agumon from my zone here. Let's say that I have 3, because, you know, whatever. Let's say that I get to 3. I now have things I can do. I can be like, okay, I'm going to Digivolve Agumon to Dark Tyrannomon for 1 cost. I bring that down by 1. I still have 2. Because I Digivolved, I draw a card. It's Rise Greymon. I'm like, okay, that's pretty sweet. But I only have 2 left, so I want to Digivolve, but what do I do? Well, I have this guy. He's a 2 cost for Digivolving, and he's a level 5. Level 4 goes on, or level 5 is going to level 4s. I Digivolve again into Groundramon. That goes to 0. I draw a card because I Digivolved. It's Gallantmon. Gallantmon's great. We all love Gallantmon. Everybody, you love Gallantmon? You love Gallantmon, right? Okay. They're going to get to 3 anyway if I end my turn. So what I want to do is I want to end my turn with them having less than 3 or exactly at 3 or as close to 3 as possible. So I just drew Gallantmon. This is level 5. Gallantmon's a level 6. Gallantmon's Digivolution cost is 3. I play Gallantmon. Because I played it, I can't attack, because immediately it goes to their turn. As soon as it goes below 0, it goes to their turn. But I have Gallantmon, which is fantastic. They can't do nothing about that. They're like, oh no, you have Gallantmon, what do you do? They end their turn. We go to 3, we'll say that we're at 3. We'll say we're at 2, honestly. It doesn't really matter. We have Gallantmon. So because we have the things we have to look at all of the different Digivolution things that happen. Unfortunately, Groundramon and Dark Tyrannomon don't have any, but Agumon and Gigimon do. So with Gigimon, whenever a Digimon's deleted, I gain points. Whenever Agumon, when a Digimon's deleted, I get things, whatever. We have this now. We make a Digi-Egg. It's another Gigimon. We can't do anything with it. We don't have any rookies. So we go for attacks, because we want to get through this now. Gallantmon has security check 1. So he gets to check 2 securities whenever he goes for things. So Beomon's going to attack. We're going to say these are his securities, just for simplicity. Beomon attacks. They both have equal attacks, so Beomon's destroy, but that is 1 security off. Whenever you attack a security Digimon, you have to obey how much attack they have. So because Beomon attacked, they both have 3,000. Beomon's deleted. Gallantmon goes for an attack. He checks 2. So he checks the first one, which is a Agumon. He beats it. Nothing happens to Gallantmon. He checks again. Beomon. He beats it. Nothing happens to Gallantmon. Whenever we get through all 6 of the opponent's security and then attack them directly 1 time after that, we win. That's basically the exact point of things. For other types of things, you know, you don't want to give your opponent too much points, obviously. If you give them too many, they can just play Digimon straight up with their cost of like 7 and stuff like that without any worries. So one thing you can do if you are behind, even though Shine Greymon here is a level 6, he has a security cost of 12. So as long as you have 2, you can play him. It'll put your opponent at 10, which isn't great. I just lost the dice. It'll put your opponent at 10, which isn't great, but you will have a Digimon on the field. So that's basically how things kind of work. Red decks are very simple. They're all about deleting your opponent and deleting their Digimon and going for high, like big play attacks. But it's essentially how you play the game. If you have any more questions, Dragon Shadow, you can definitely ask. But that's essentially how you play it. It's pretty fun. I enjoy. Also, hello Anthony, how you doing? How are you doing, my dude? Ugh. I haven't talked to my friend Anthony in over a week. It's 14? That makes sense. I said, how are you doing? Not what are you doing? Come on. What do the other colors focus in? That's a hard question because they have many different strategies. For example, blue decks usually focus on getting rid of your opponent's Digimon that they have underneath their Digimon. So, for example, Gallantmon had several Digimon underneath him. He had bloop. He had Dark Tyrannomon. We'll say he had Agumon. We'll say he had whatever, right? So they were stacked like similar to this, except there was a level 5 there, but you know what I mean. What a blue deck is all about is deleting the Digimon that are underneath Digimon and gaining effects whenever your opponent only has like 1 or 0. So they would delete Agumon underneath this Gallantmon, and by doing that, their Digimon would gain strength, or they would gain extra abilities, extra effects, stuff like that. However, what I think is different is Ulforce Vydramon here, I think is going to have a much different ability. The decks have different focuses. Like, obviously, we just saw that the Gigimon deck, the Gallantmon deck, is all about deletion through effects. Whereas an Agumon deck, for example, would be about gaining power and destroying things. They're both very aggressive decks, but they have different ways of going about it. So I feel like there's going to be a different thing in here. Green decks, for example, green decks are all about getting out big monsters. But there are also other strategies such as Rookie Rush, which are different than that. Yellow decks are all about messing with your security. But again, there's Rookie Rush. You can just kind of have different strategies there. Black decks are usually about blocking. But there are some that have high damage, like a Black War Greymon. And then there are purple decks, which are all about using the trash pile. And I have never seen anything not do that. So I think that's the exception. Wish the structure deck you bought actually had Gallantmon in it. You bought this one? This one here? This one comes with Gallantmon. It comes with 2 Gallantmons. Did yours not have it in it? Had Rise Greymons in it, which not bad. I thought about it had Gallantmons. Well, this one's supposed to have Shine Greymons, which are pretty good, but it's supposed to also have other Gallantmons, unless it was a different starter deck. These are the new starter decks I'm opening right now. These are the brand new ones, just came out. These ones here just came out, brand spanking new. That's crazy though, my Dragon. And by just came out, I mean they were supposed to come out in October, but then there was delays. That's crazy. I don't know what's up with that, dude. But they're supposed to have them. They're in the front. They're supposed to come with them. If they didn't, then I don't know. I'd say contact your store about that. I don't know. I get them straight from TCG Player and things like that. So I don't like go to stores and pick them up because I guess people can go in and like take them. I don't know. With that being said, we are going to have to go into the next opening, so I'm going to make a stream marker here.